So how does a franchise that was all about losing your virginity continue after the virginity being lost? Let's get right into it and find out. Hello people of YouTube and welcome to the Spikehead podcast for another movie review where I am continuing my reviews of the American Pie franchise, continuing with American Pie 2, directed by J.B. Rogers and starring Jason Biggs, Sean William Scott, Alyson Hannigan and Eddie K. Thomas, and this film is the one where all the friends reunite together the summer after their freshman year of college, and because Stifler's place gets shut down, Kevin decides that they should hire a beach house for the summer, and the film just follows their shenanigans throughout the summer up until the big blow-up party come the end of that summer. Now before I begin guys, if you like what I do on this channel, feel free to drop a like and hit that subscribe button. It would really help the channel a lot. But without further ado, let's get right into the review. So start off with the positives here. Michelle and Jim's relationship that gets built throughout this is brilliant. I didn't really talk about Michelle in the last review, but she is without a doubt one of the best characters in this franchise. Just this nymphomaniac band geek. Their relationship goes through a lot of funny turns throughout this film, and you really buy them getting close together because they're just a pair of awkward geeks that just happen to like each other. And despite the Nadia influence throughout the film, you can tell that these two are meant to be, and these two are the heart of this franchise. I also really enjoy the dynamic between Stifler and Finch, because in the last one, spoiler alert, Finch did bang Stifler's mum, and their drama throughout this film is so good. Just Stifler not even bullying Finch as much anymore because he just can't even look at the dude. They have a great little dynamic. I do love a lot of the interactions that they have with each other, and Kevin is also very good in this as well. His dilemma of not really getting over Vicky from the last film is a strong point throughout this film, and you can really relate. Your first love, you are gonna be stuck to him, and unfortunately Kevin, he can't get over it because he didn't do the dumping in the last one. I also do like a lot of the shenanigans that do take place within this film, when Michelle's trying to teach Jim how to compose himself during the deed. It leads to a lot of funny moments, especially the trumpet in the ass. It's the nonchalant parts of it. A lot of the banter these two go for actually is really good. Jim just showing up playing this trumpet in a very bad way, pretending to be this special needs child. That is a joke that has aged badly, but is an enjoyable part of this film. Michelle is a character that really goes through a lot of complex emotions throughout this film. There is a little cheesy shot where it does show her being like, oh yeah, I'm happy, now I'm sad. But even so, there's a lot of character development with this character. Like I said in the last one, she doesn't get the shine as much, just the one time at Bandcamp character. She is more fleshed out in this film, which obviously helps us buy into the relationship come the finale. Oz and Heather don't really have much to do in this film. The whole gimmick is they're far apart and they keep trying to have phone sex but keep getting interrupted. It's a small subplot. He is hardly included in this film. Oz is really hard done by in a lot of these films. I swear that Oz isn't even in the next film, which is quite shocking considering it's his best friend's wedding. So we'll get to that in the later review. Going into the negatives though, there was that whole skit that basically replicated the joke from the first one with these two homeowners that they paint in the house when Stifler convinces himself that they must be lesbians. As I say, it's one of those jokes that ages this film quite badly, and they do try and replicate the jokes from the first one because everyone's hearing this conversation over the radio. And it's a highlight scene of this film. When it came out, it was definitely a highlight scene, but in this day and age, I'll be honest, I don't think it's as funny as it was back then. I felt people are more open-minded now, so that does date the film quite a bit. I also don't feel like there is as much camaraderie in this film as the last one. Honestly, I can't think of many scenes where all four of them are together. In the original, they're all constantly interacting with each other because they have that pact to go on. This one, they're all quite spread far apart. Jim obviously gets the highlight plays, and then you have Oz, who has a small part. Kim doesn't really get that much to work with either, and Finch just spends the whole film pining after Stifler's mum. Stifler is again probably one of the highlights of the film. One of my favourite parts of this film is when Stifler's trying to seduce a woman at his house party near the start of the film, and he ends up getting peed on by the MILF guys, as everyone commonly refers them to. John William Scott is always a highlight in these films. He is definitely someone that keeps these films very memorable. I would say American Pie 2 is not as good as I remember it being, I will be completely honest here. I thought it was the best one originally, but now I watch it back, there isn't really that much to sink your teeth into within this film. There's a lovely footnote at the end of the film, which I will not spoil in case you have not seen it and you want to go watch this film. And one last thing I will say is that some of the whimsical stuff does feel quite forced, like this entire debate the four of them have on the beach. It's very forced. It's literally Kevin pining because Vicky doesn't want to sleep with him a year on from the last time. It doesn't really feel that good. They try and shoehorn in a coming of age, growing up storyline into this. That doesn't really feel very fleshed out either. Honestly, the only things that feel fleshed out is Jim, Michelle, and even arguably Nadia. She's not salty about Jim leaving her hanging because Nadia, she's played as the dumb exchange student in the first one, but she's definitely more of a character in this one. She has a thing for geeks, that's kind of the king, but she takes it really well when she finds out Jim's true feelings, and I find it great that, I don't want to spoil who gets away, but it's just great when it happens. I do buy into the Sherman gimmick a lot more within this film. But yeah, American Pie 2, guys, I honestly thought I would have had more to talk about this film, but after watching it back and after trying to figure the key scenes off the top of my head now, there really isn't a whole lot to get your teeth sinking into. There's the joke that just rips from the first one, and besides the relationship between Jim and Michelle, there's not a real whole lot to enjoy in this. Oz and Heather don't feel very well fleshed out. Finch is quite the strange little character in this one, even stranger in the first one, because he's all about making orgasms last through days through meditation. And also I feel like we should have got more of Finch in this film. I feel like there could have been more development with him because he seems to have this weird out there view on life in this film, and we don't really get to see too much of that. And Kevin and Vicky's drama just feels a little bit off. Sean William Scott's always a winner, stiffer, but overall, guys, American Pie 2, I used to think it was a superior sequel. In actual fact, watch it back now, it's not as good as I do remember, apart from the relationships I've already mentioned and some kick-ass beats of the soundtrack. Sum 41 for the win. That shows how early 2000s this was. I'm going to have to say, guys, that American Pie 2, while I do still enjoy it, it doesn't really have a whole lot to go back to if you feel like rewatching all these films. But sadly, it's still one of the stronger entries, and I will say that American Pie 2 is an okay cup of tea. So guys, American Pie 2, what did you all think? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below, and if you do like what I do on this channel, feel free to hit that subscribe button and drop a like. It would really help the channel a lot. Coming up tomorrow, I will have the American Pie The Wedding review coming out. That's going to be an interesting one to get into. But until then, guys, this is that Spikehead podcast, signing off.